Hi there, I'm Tim Clark, also known as Speedie Clark, which is on Facebook and Twitter. Why am I bringing you this film? I'll tell you why I'm bringing you this film, because I'm creating a new YouTube channel. So some of you may or may not have seen some films that I already have posted up on YouTube already. I have about 13 recent films over the last couple of weeks, and I have some spanning the last couple of years, which have just been very sporadic, just for fun. So what am I doing now? Well, basically my ambition and intention now is to take YouTube more seriously, and the reason why is that I've actually been based on comments from friends, colleagues, work colleagues, people that I've just met through various adventures and challenges that I've been performing. So I like to help people, and and see what can happen and what's possible and what's not possible, and motivation and a raft of things that are going to be too numerous to go into in this one film. So just to give you a very quick background upon myself. Basically, I started off as a mountain biker when I left school. I wanted to be a professional mountain biker, endurance sport, cross country and downhill mountain biking. I had a bit of an injury in 1997, which basically kiboshed that at the time. I took some time out and did a few crazy things for about 8 months. Got a bit of a job working in a holiday camp, actually Bucklands in Scotland and Ayrshire. So I took a bit of time out to do that, and was a bit crazy, as I said, for that time period. Came out of there and decided, what do I need to do? I need to get fit again. So I started cycling, but this time just on the road. I started working with a seafood company, and basically remained with the seafood company for a good 11 years while getting a lot fitter through cycling back and forward to work, a bit of coaching, and long story short, I ended up becoming quite good at time trials to a reasonable standard. Competing to a reasonable level across the country, racing for the local cycling club, up until about 2005, where I was also progressing through a career within the seafood business of working to start off with as a production operator, then hygiene, cleaning, hygiene supervisor, hygiene trainer. Continually flowing and grabbing loads of elements of skills and going on training courses while working within the business. Unfortunately, at the end of 2005, one of my most successful cycling seasons, I was diagnosed with a rare heart condition called Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. I actually collapsed with a high heart rate and was taken to hospital. Not while cycling, may I add, it was actually when I was doing nothing. So I was taken to hospital, given an ECG, and that's when I was diagnosed with Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. Which actually goes hand in hand with sudden death syndrome. So there's been a raft, and you may see it from time to time, cyclists, footballers, athletes, randomly passing away in their sleep for what would appear no particular reason. Well, Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome actually does go hand in hand with those type of conditions. Basically, Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, it's an extra electrical pathway within the heart that can present either no issue at all for a number of years, as in my case, up until the age I was 27 before I first had any symptom at all, and that was when I passed out. Or you can have it as a newborn, and it can actually deteriorate and end up with no issue. So long story short, I went for what's called an ablation procedure, which is where they try and get rid of this extra electrical pathway. But because of the central positioning close to the AV node, in doctor's terminology of where my issue lies, it was going to be exceptionally traumatic, and because you're conscious, I opted not to have it done, which may sound a bit crazy at the time, but there's reasons behind that. So that was in 2005, it's obviously 2017, and I'm here and I'm absolutely fine. And I'm doing a number of things, as we'll see in posts from previous posts and later on in the future. So long story short, this was quite a traumatic experience. It placed a lot of restrictions or advisory restrictions on what I was doing at the time. And in a nutshell, I thought, sod it, I'm going to do what I want to do anyway, regardless. I don't want to be wrapped in cotton wool. So I did whatever I wanted to do. I still race bikes, I still take part in endurance sports, I work full time obviously, and I've progressed even further to management and quality within the food industry, business and manufacturing. I have a raft of skills now under my belt, from human resources, as I said, to hygiene, to quality, food industry, and motivational stuff as well. So basically what I'm wanting to do with this channel, and what I want to do for people, is to help and support. Life can deal a lot of bad cards, you know, and you can look at them in an exceptionally negative or positive way. Unfortunately, a lot of people tend to go to the negative way when they're dealt a bad card, or if they're in a stressful work situation, or there's many things to look, you know, negatively. So I used to be a negative person in some respects, but I learned to get over that, and nobody helped me to get over that. I got over it myself, but it was quite a long-winded process. So in a nutshell, you know, I'll kind of watch people and watch various situations, whether it's at work, in the general public, involved in some of the sporting activities I do, and I find it exceptionally interesting, people's mentalities and the way they are and the way they handle various situations. And I take that on board, and I try to think, what would I do? How would that person be helped? How could they do it a bit differently? How can I use that and adapt myself differently? How can I learn, you know? Mistakes are a big learning curve, but a mistake becomes an actual mistake when we keep repeating the issue. Mistakes are learning, are part of learning. So in a nutshell, this channel is going to be dedicated to a mass amount of things, too numerous to discuss now. Now, the famous YouTube specifications are: stick to a plan and go for it, and you know, stick to the same content. I don't believe in that. You know, whoever wants to watch my channel, I want people to watch it for various different aspects, not because I'm doing the same thing every time. So I'm going to be discussing and showing you everyday life events. How can we deal with them? How can we make good decisions? How can we make bad decisions? Management, business, terminology, how to learn as a manager, some of the different terminologies and how they can be overly complex when in actual fact they're actually very straightforward and simple, but they're perceived as being complex. How to manage mentality, motivation if you have an illness, a condition. How do you stay motivated? How do you keep going? How do you actually wake up in the morning? You know, so some people struggle to do that. I also, as I say, love endurance sports. I'm going to bring you a lot on endurance sport, more specifically cycling. I do like to have some crazy adventures and travel, so I'll be doing that as well and bringing you footage on that. I'm also doing a camper van conversion, so I have a Ford Transit custom van, and again, some of our previous posts, I've done a very basic conversion which allows me to sleep in my vehicle when I'm bike racing or away. However, I've decided to go the whole hog and do a full-on conversion with kitchen sink, the whole works. So using Amazon, which I highly rate, and ordered a number of products from Amazon. So we'll start that build, and that build will be filmed and uploaded on YouTube. I'll also be bringing product reviews. Again, I'm not sponsored, I'm not given by products by anybody at all. Everything I have, I've purchased myself, so I can give an open and honest review and what I actually do think of it. Most of the items I've bought, I've been through reading about them, recommendations for friends, but you know, some reviews can be quite biased, so I'll give an open and honest review on various things that I've purchased, saying whether they're any good or not, in terms of cycling, kit for a van, just anything that I purchased that people may be interested in, you know. And if a piece of equipment, does it work well, does it not work well, would you rate it, would you not rate it? So this channel is gonna, you know, it's gonna be like a tree, a family tree. It's gonna go and spiral off into many different things. So I have done it a little bit backwards, if I'm being brutally honest. You know, I've already uploaded a consistent 13 films over the last fortnight with no real introduction. But, you know, I'm relatively new to this, and I think I can bring a lot to the table, and ultimately I want to help people. I support the charity, the British Heart Foundation, so I want to help promote that. My family has been a big help and big support. My parents, my wife, my daughter, amazing, you know. So family man, working full time, enduring sport, and now going to be doing this. So I'm going to show you how time management is critical, and how people that say I don't have enough time are talking rubbish. It's because they're not managing their time properly and effectively. And even myself, on occasion, I don't manage my time properly and effectively. So by trying to cram in everything that I want to do, I've learned to do that. But you know, everything's a learning curve. Every day is a school day, so it's a case of learning. But what I'm wanting to do is, sometimes it takes a lot longer to learn things or to discover things. And one skill that I've learned to do is, sometimes you have to step away and be outside of yourself and look upon yourself almost like a dream. So you have to be self-objective, I believe, in order to move forward. And it's a very difficult thing to do. A, admitting if you're wrong. B, admitting if something can be a bit different. Or C, actually, I'm not really that good at that, or I could be better, or I need to improve, or I'm really good at that, but I need to focus elsewhere. So, you know, it's all swings and roundabouts. So we're going to be bringing that over anyway. So it's going to be fun and exciting. So please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and let me know if you want to talk about anything or discuss anything. It can be anything at all. I'll do my best, obviously. Now, obviously, there's loads of YouTube films out there. There's people promoting things. Now, I'm just going to be open, honest, transparent. With me, a spade is a spade. We either like it or we don't like it. I will try and keep any language to a minimum in terms of swearing, because I want anyone to be able to watch these. But you know, sometimes when passion's on, swearing can come out. As you notice, I'm dressed pretty casually. You know, some people doll themselves up to go onto YouTube and things. I'm in my garage at the moment. This is where I actually spend most of my time when I'm doing things, you know, building. And you know, I'm not one of these fashion people that, you know, I need to wear this, that, the next thing. I wear good products for events that I do, sporting events. I like to have good equipment that is good, not just for the sake of it, not just for the brand, but generally just good equipment. I'm a believer in that, but not essentially a materialistic person. Although those things are nice, they're not essential. So it's just how we manage and perceive that as well. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and please stay in tune. I think this is going to be quite fun and exciting, and ultimately what I do will also depend on all you viewers as well. So I will keep you up to speed on what I do, and I say this is about helping. I'm really interested in helping people. I'm thinking about doing something a bit different. So let me know how it goes, and let me know what you want to do. So fantastic. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care.